Hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Today's pick a card is all about friendship, what's coming into friendship, any new people coming, anything also about your current energy so that you can know first of all what's coming in friendship, but also if there's anything pertinent and any pertinent message about any situation you could be in right now relating to your friendship will cover as well. Today we have 5 piles, and I have to say the piles are pretty thick because we're really going to try and go in detail. So we'll see what's going on, what's about to come, anything you need to know, any advice that the angels have for you today. So there's 5 piles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can choose the pile according to the stones you see. The most important is for you to choose intuitively. So you can go ahead, go in the description, find the link for your pile in the description, and we'll get into the reading right away. Hello, pile number 1. So this reading is for the one who chose the first stone, so this amethyst stone. Okay, so we'll look right away at your reading, starting with the tarot cards that you had, and we'll figure out what's coming in friendship for you. So the first card we have is the 6 of Discs. Then we have the Hierophant. And the 4 of Wands. Okay, so right away I see for you, pile number 1, that the energy you're in right now is one where people surrounding you are seeing you as, I don't want to say a leader because it might sound like a word with heavy responsibilities, and I don't want you, and it doesn't feel like a responsibility for you, but it's more like you're setting the example for a lot of people around you, and you might not realize it, because with the 4 of Wands here, I feel like what's been completed for you in your energy is kind of a self-work or any personal accomplishment that you've just did for yourself. But as you were doing so, you've set a big example on the people around you, right? It's like they see you as an example, they take inspiration in what you did, and it kind of to see what you do motivates them to do the same and do something for themselves. So we'll look at more details with the oracle card. We have patience, relaxation, the ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay. Yeah, so I really feel that you're in an energy right now of completion. And in regards to your friendship, I feel like right now we could feel really calm. Could feel like I feel like there might be right now not any change in your friendships. You might have like the same friends from a long time, and everything is good in that sense. The change that I kind of see is more that you're kind of growing into a leader, into the friend that sets the example. The people that are going to come towards you are going to come towards you for your knowledge, for your experience, to have good advice from you, because I see that with whatever you've been doing lately, but I really feel like it's whatever it is, because it's going to change from person to person, but whatever it is that you did recently, could be like a travel, could be an activity like I don't know, a sports discipline, meditation. It could be so many different things, but whatever you've done it for yourself, and it kind of gave you a spiritual growth, right? It's like people see you as this sage person, as this kind of like it's like you're the elder in the group and they're coming to you for advice because you've lived whatever you've had to live, you've learned from it, and now people want your knowledge. And I feel like you're going to be really happy to share that knowledge that you have, because the Hierophant is that figure. It's kind of, we have to remember, like, the Emperor is like has some authority, but the Hierophant too. And the Hierophant, in the case of your reading here, really indicates like that influence that you're going to have on your surroundings. And they're going to greet you with a lot of respect, and they're going to be, right now, the friends that you already have right now are really proud of you, and they really respect you for all that work you've did, or this new path you've took lately. I feel like maybe that could be in the last 2-3 years. It's kind of recent, but it's not something that happened fast. I feel like whatever it is that you've done, it's something that you've done throughout the years, throughout a couple years, okay? A kind of self journey that you've took, and this is what inspires people. For some of you, it could also be that you had a really, really bad habit and then you kind of stopped it, right? Or maybe you've ended a bad habit and it was really hard to do, and you've made a lot of changes in your life and replaced those bad habits by better habits. I don't know, maybe for some of you it's sports or whatever it could be, but that's what's going to attract more and more people towards you and more friendships towards you. It's really for that knowledge that you've gained recently. And with patience and relaxation, what I see is that even if some of you maybe crave some more friendships, I don't say like you crave it so badly, because I already see that you have a good support system. I already see that you have good friends, but slowly you're just going to grow more connections. And also in your friendship, one thing that could change is that the friends that you're going to make are going to have similar interests to you that your current friends don't share with you. So maybe that new path that you've took, maybe you don't know anyone who maybe likes the same thing as you like, or you don't have friends that do the same things that you do, right? And even though you set the example to your friend that you have currently, you're going to meet some new people that share the same interests and that are kind of on the same path as you are on right now. But it's all going to unfold really slowly. And with the relaxation card, I just see like a really peaceful energy for what's coming. There's like nothing's going to happen super fast. There's not an energy of change. There's more like an energy of, I now have more people in my life. I have more friends in my life, because a lot of people see me as this kind of leader, or that kind of friend that has good advice, and that friend who they can see as an example and that they admire. Next, we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Honestly, for this card, I don't even know what more to say. This is exactly it. Your guidance is divinely guided. I feel like you're going to guide a lot of people, a lot of those new friends that you will have. Like I said, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's just something that's going to come naturally and slowly. But you're just going to start guiding people. It's almost as if like you're starting to build a community, or you're starting to, well, it's not only you build a community, it's more like you help your friend improve their life, like you give them good advice, you're a really good example for them, and you're also on your own journey attracting other people that share the same interest as you. And what I see is that soon you'll know more and more people that do the same thing that you do, that have the same values as you, and it's just going to be a plus for you. Because even if right now you have a good circle of friends, it's just going to be really nice for you to feel like you're part of a community where you share some values and you share similar experiences, and you're going to find new friends to whom you can tell certain things that right now you can't really tell your current friends. Not that they won't listen, but maybe you guys just really don't share those same experiences. And I see that really soon this opportunity is coming. Okay, let's see what else we have. Recognize despair as an opportunity. Awaken the magic of your creativity. Live playfully and with light heart. Yeah. I feel like also, and it's funny because I feel like most of the information, or at least most of the energy in this reading, is yours, and it's not so much other people's energy. And you really help motivate people, or you help them at least be more positive, because with recognize despair as an opportunity, I see that this is you helping other people, or helping your friends, or helping your surrounding see that there's good things in this life, and they can live, playfully with a light heart, just like you do, right? And I see that you also, okay, in your friendship circle, it really seems like if you hang out with your friends, you're not doing anything, you're not one who likes to do like surface level kind of activities. You like to do something a bit deeper, something maybe creative, maybe something that has kind of some spiritual depth to it. You don't like to just hang out to hang out. You like to do something meaningful. And I feel like that's also something that you're just attracting more in your life, because maybe right now or before that kind of journey or whatever you did, that, like we said in the beginning, was probably something that you started a couple years ago. Maybe before you would just see your friend and do things, just hang out, not do anything specific, or not do activities that means a bit more. And right now I feel like you initiate a lot of activities where, maybe that are just healthier, that are more creative. And because this is how you are right now, you're just attracting more of that into your habits and into your life. Okay, now we have hostilities, the garden, and the gate. Envy, contract, and action. Okay. So with all that we've said so far, there's also, okay, so as much as you're going to make more friends gradually, and more friends that are in your circle, and as much as a lot of your friends, if not all of them, really admire you and take you as an example, I do see that some people are kind of jealous of the journey you've accomplished and how how things are unfolding for you, because how I see it, it's not like you changed overnight. I really feel like it's a process that you went through. And there are some people who have envy. But with this card, the Garden and the Gate, I don't see that this will affect you in any way, because your energy is so stable right now. You're solid and you're really well grounded. And you'll witness it, and maybe that's going to, not be so nice, but it's not going to affect you in any way. And your friends seeing that, and your new friends are just going to admire you even more for not caring and just continuing no matter what, no matter if some people are envious of you, or if there's some people who are a bit hostile, or maybe try and create like drama for no reason, because you don't like, it's as if like there are some people who will try to like take you out of your stability, but it's just not working. It's really just not working. And I'll just take a bit more cards for those people that I see that have like a negative energy, that have like jealousy, because just to see if there's any more advice about that. But I do see one thing, it's that it doesn't bother you. It's not going to change anything for you at all, because that thing that you've gained, and that thing that sets you as an example right now, it's stability, it's healthy behaviors, healthy habits, deep change, and also a lot of confidence in yourself and where you are in your life right now. So it's kind of like you're unshakable, but there are people who are going to try and shake your foundations and not help them. And also, I do feel like those people, it feels like for most of you, you don't know them. It's just gonna come with time, and it's probably gonna come along with, as you're going to grow your circle, there will be people like that. Okay, see High Priestess. This is all about being spiritually aware of what's going on. And I feel like whenever some people will not have your interests at heart, you'll just know already. You'll be able to see who has your back and who hasn't. And this is going to make a major difference, because not only they won't be able to have you feel, not confident and regress. Not only they can't do that because you're so sure of yourself, but you'll just see it come right away. And you'll know not to stay away from those people. And I feel like if the message is coming through, is more to tell you that as you're going to grow into a bigger community, this might be part of it, because it comes with it, right? You have a bigger circle, there's more people around you. There will be people who doesn't necessarily have your back and who might be jealous of what you accomplish, instead of seeing you as an example, which a lot of people will do. But with the High Priestess and with all the work you've done so far, there's like no need to worry at all. Like at all. Yes, focus. You guys are focused right now on whatever it is that you're doing. You're also learning how to communicate better. This is something that is really improving for you. And this is something that will also help your relationships in general. So to kind of sum it up, what you can expect in your friendship is, first of all, a bigger circle, but it's also you know, from the beginning of the reading, like, the cards don't show anyone specific coming, like a new specific friendship. It's more about you building a community, you being setting examples, and you staying in your power and being really stable. And it's also about everything unfolding slowly in the right timing, like no abrupt changes. And it's really like a peaceful energy and a peaceful reading. And this is all just confirmation that whatever you're doing right now is good and is just going to lead to a community. You're not necessarily attracting friends right now. What you're attracting is a community, and it's even better than that. And even though it might come with some people around you that will not have your interests at heart, you're going to make a big impact on those new friends you'll have, and you're going to have a good impact and a positive impact on your friends you already have. And you'll have a lot of people, a lot of friends who will have your back and will be there to accompany you on your journey. Okay? So this is a beautiful message for you, pile number 1. It's like, as much as we did saw people that kind of won't have your back and will be jealous and whatsoever, it's like there's no drama. Like, there's no drama to expect. There's nothing wrong. Like, okay, the best way to formulate that is that nothing can go wrong as long as you're stable. And right now you're in a really stable energy and you're really solid in your feet, like just really solid, really mature. A lot of you might be earth signs, so that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And you might also attract a lot of maybe not just earth sign people in your surrounding, but a lot of people who will have those stable characteristics that we often link to people who are earth signs, right? Because they're kind of are more stable. Oh, and also, I didn't mention anything about the 6 of this, but I also see a lot of abundance. And it's not like, oh, there will be like a crazy improvement in money or anything. How I really see this card, this message is more like as much as you're stable mentally, physically, just in general, it's the same in maybe your finances are going really well. It's just like really stable right now and you don't really worry. And if it's not the case, that's totally a message that there's no need to worry. But I also see it as you're being abundant right now, and that helps you to give to other people. You guys might also be doing charity work, or that could be something like, for some of you, that thing that you've been doing in the past years that changed you a lot. For some of you, it could be just working for your community or doing some charity work or helping people in your surrounding, in your community. Or maybe you've just started a job where you've just became more aware of people around you and how you can have an impact on your community. And yeah, this is also helping to bring a lot of stability in your life, but also a lot of confidence. Because if you know that you're able to make a positive impact and that you're able to make concrete changes, you know, it's like you know now what you're capable of. You know that you're a well-intentioned person and that you can do all those great things. So there's not really anything that can like bring you down or make you doubt yourself, right? So of course I'm not saying nothing can go wrong ever, but the message is more, as soon as you're confident and you do what you're meant to be doing, which you are doing, nobody can come and break that peace, like at all. So that was the message for you, pile number 1. I really hope you like the message. You can always tell me if it resonates. And you can also always comment what you want to see next, any next topic you'd like to see. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. All right, hello, pile number 2. So this reading is for those who chose this smaller amethyst stone. All right, so we'll go right away, take a look at your tarot cards to see what's coming next in friendship. And then, oops, there's a 4th one. And then we'll take a look at the oracle cards to have more details and just have more information. So the first card we have is the universe. Then we have earth. So this card is a temperance card, just named differently in this deck. So we already have 2 major arcanas, guys. So I really feel like there's change right now. 6 of Cups. And okay, the Tower. Yes, big change. So I do have, with the universe and art, I do feel like that Tower moment is already past. I feel like you lived that Tower moment. And if you don't know what the Tower means, usually when the Tower means it's like something big happens and we have a big realization that it's like something happens, big revelation moment. And when this happened, you might feel like everything's like falling apart and everything went wrong. Sometimes you can have the Tower card if you just went into a breakup, or I don't know, lost your job, or like something really just shift. And if nothing like shifted, it can be like just with feelings or a situation. It's like really like like the Tower has to come crashing down. It's like an ending of something, and it's an abrupt ending. So I feel like you guys had that Tower moment, and I have to say right now, regarding your friendship, because this is a friendship reading, I do feel like some people from the past might be coming back because of that 6 of Cups. And if you had a falling out with a friend and that friend was not a good friend, they might try and come back. But you're going to have to use your discernment and choose if you really want them to be back. Because right now, with the Temperance card, with this art card, what you need to focus on is balance. What you should try and have in your friendships right now is balance. After that Tower moment, you're looking for a balanced life overall, like friendship included, but not just in friendship. Right now, you should be kind of looking for balance. So avoid all extreme, right? And with the universe, I also see you like closing that chapter, that Tower moment. But let's look at the oracle to know a bit more. What was that Tower moment? Who is that friend coming back? Because I really feel like there's someone from the past, someone that you tried to leave behind that might try and come back. Okay, so if you guys were in a friend group, that might be... Okay, maybe you guys were in a friend group where you felt that you were tied to it. You felt like you were tied to that group, but something happened, you had a falling out, maybe with the entire group, but I do feel for you that it was just one person. And when it happened, it was hard because you were friends, yes, with that person, but you were also both part of the same friend group. And that kind of changed a lot of things and a lot of the dynamic. But, okay, I took out a lot of cards at the same time. But even if it's the case, even though you had a fallout with that friend, and for some of you, it could even be like it was so bad that you're not talking to that friend group because you had a falling out with that specific person and maybe the other one took side. But I do feel that there's a lot of happiness and abundance that is in the way for you, for your friend, in friendships. So I do feel like if you've lost those friends, there's new friends coming. But I have to say that right now, so far, what is coming forth is that person or even that group that you had a fallout to. Might be that just one person in the group will come back and try to like repair things with you, because we do have that card with Archangel Raphael, which is the fourth chakra. The fourth chakra is the heart chakra. So I do see that they might come back and try to heal things, try to heal the friendship and the connection. It could also be that someone has some regrets here and kind of want to say that they're sorry. Do they think it? Maybe not. It will really depend on the situation for every one of you. But I do feel that in this specific case, in this specific message, for some of you, there is an old friend coming back with good intentions that want to say sorry, but it is a possibility that also for some of you, that person come back more for the friend group kind of being at peace again, and not necessarily because they are sorry. Because with the victory card, I also see that a lot of you are just going to leave that situation completely and move on to something different, to something more balanced, to something less chaotic. Especially with this card here, align your life. What is not aligned or need to change? That's the question this card is asking. What is not aligned or needs to change? And remember how I said that you had two, well, actually you don't have two, you have three major arcana card on 4 tarot card, and usually I only draw 3, but in your pile there was 4 cards that kind of fell. There was one more that fell as I was shuffling. So usually when we have a lot of major arcanas, those are major changes in our life. So I would be really surprised if you just have a small falling out, right? Because here it's really more like a tower energy. So it was like a big fallout, and it's not for all of you that that person will come back being sincere, okay? But I do see that for you, one of the strong advice that comes with your reading is simplicity, and it is for you to just stay true to yourself and kind of follow your intuition. You don't need to make things more complicated than they are. All you need to do is just to tap into your own energy and follow what your energy and your guts are telling you. And also, with this card, there's also a strong message. Whichever friends come back to you to clear things and to make things right, you're going to know their intention by seeing if everything is simple, like everything goes smooth, or if they're trying, if like it's a bit chaotic how they come and they just make more problems and it's not simple at all. That's going to be a big indicator that they're not well intentioned, and it is just not a good idea for you right now to go back to this thing, because when the tower card is here, it's a revelation that happens. It's a big breakthrough. It's a big chaotic moment that happens because it is time to close a chapter and start another one, because every ending comes for a reason, and it's for a new chapter to start, right? Okay, let's see if we have more information, be it on those person, those friends. Release your inner rebel, be yourself, and create your own universe. Wow, this is really beautiful because we had the universe card, and of course this card is the world in the traditional tarot, but in this tarot deck they just decided to call it the universe. So right now it's big changes in your life, and it's really about creating kind of the world you want to be in, the universe you want to be in. Then we have the time of guilt and shame ends now. Forgive yourself and begin to love yourself just as you are. A message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. What did I say? These friends that you had a fallout with are coming back. They're going to try and make things right. But I do feel for a lot of you, you felt guilt, you felt shame. Maybe they've kind of blamed everything on you and made you feel like it was all your fault. But remember, guys, it takes two to tango first. And second, I do not feel like you had bad intentions in here. I more feel like there was just a fallout, and yeah. But I don't see you being in a victim position or feeling like a victim. I feel like you might just feel more like betrayed or disappointed right now in terms of feeling. But I do also feel like for a lot of you, you just felt guilty. But you felt guilty because they made you feel guilty, because they said it was all your fault. Or especially, like I said earlier, for some of you, it was that you had an argument with someone in your friend group. You had issues with one person, but it was messing with the whole friend dynamic. And if the other ones took side on that person you had a problem with, you felt guilty because you didn't want kind of bad vibes to enter that circle, or just drama for no reason. Because I also see that this whole situation might have started from something really silly and it was blown out of proportion. But I really feel like you guys are going to stand up for yourself in this situation. And you have everything in your power to take the good decision. Have discernment when they're going to come back. Like I said, one of the big advice here is to just see how they come back. How are they going to try and talk to you? Do they want to just say they're sorry, or are they going to try and just prove that they're right and just make more problems? Because then you would have your clue and just continue and move forward. Because like I said, I see a lot of happiness and abundance coming. And it's a bit annoying, right? Because you just had that fallout with friends, and then who's coming back? Them. And it's not like new people. But I feel like it's more like a message to tell you that, hey, you just put that behind you. It's going to try and come back. Are you going to let this come back in your life, this drama? Are you going to continue and embrace the path toward change and something better? Right now, you kind of just have to try and figure out what's better for you, what your boundaries are, what you want. And here with the cat, we have the independence, boundaries. It's all about boundaries right now, because I for sure see that from this moment on, your friendships are not going to be the same, because you're not going to have the same boundaries, and you're not going to accept friends in your circle that don't respect your boundaries and don't share the same values as you. This is a really interesting message. You guys are really, it's as if, it's like when we're younger, and maybe some of you are younger too, but it's kind of like when we're younger and we just have friends to have friends, but they're not necessarily good friends. And then we just realize that we can actually choose who we want to hang out with and who we want to have close to us. And I do feel that you guys come to this realization, and it's all happening because of that fallout. So it's all happening for you and not against you. Let's just see if there's more messages. Yeah, trust. Yes, right now it's going to take a lot for you to trust friends. You're not going to trust as easily. But I really see this as a good thing, because you were trusting these people a lot while they didn't have your best interests at heart. And here with the death card, of course, that's that tower moment, right? It's an ending for a better beginning. Let's see. All right. Yeah, burden. This ended because this friendship, this situation, this group was a burden on you. It was not serving you. This all ended for good reasons. And keep in mind, as I said in the beginning, for some of you, you might have a friend that come back with good intention, like they're really truly sorry, and anyway you'll figure out really fast if they're genuine or not, if they're sincere or not. But be it that they're really sorry and you guys can move past that, this whole situation, this whole fallout pushed you to start having boundaries and knowing what is important for you in those friendships. So at the end of the day, even if those person who are that person, because I do feel like if someone's coming back, it's not like the whole group's eating you up. It's one person, maximum two. I don't know how big your friend groups might be, but yeah, the lesson is kind of the same. It's about boundaries. That's the main lesson, and that's for all of you guys. Wow, I keep on dropping cards. You know how they say, like, when you drop a lot of things, watch out. Yeah. Maybe a lot of you, they're gonna come back, but it's not gonna be genuine, and you guys are just gonna be like, now boundaries, it's not working anymore. Okay, I'll just see if there's any other messages. Well, again, there's joy. The cards literally kept on falling, but we have joy. Joy is coming your way. Joy is coming your way. I also feel like you will have new friendships. It's just that this is so fresh. I do feel like this is fresh. And the time that you just figure out what you want, what's important for you, it's just going to take a little time, but it's on its way. And I just want to have another, I'm going to take this angel answer deck. If you want, you can think about a question in your head, and we'll try and see what the angel has as an answer for you guys to this question. Well, of course, ask your angel. Well, first of all, they're telling you that your angels are telling you that they're here for you. You can always reach out, ask for help. But let's see, we have a no. we have a no. So that can be a no to that questions I told you. Like you could think about a question and have an answer. That would be a no. But you can also strongly see it as being a no, that those people are not, it's not for you. No, don't come back. Don't go back to it, because you're gonna gain much more just finding out what's good for you. Helpful people, yeah, better to keep them behind. And yes, there will be people helpful along the way, and you will find that good friend group. But for now, this is not the priority. The priority is you and your boundaries, and working on them, and working on self-love, healing, and balancing your life, trying to have healthy habits, having fun by yourself on that journey, taking that time to reflect and to see who you really are, what's really important for you, what really matters for you in friendship. And also just realize everything you have to give and who do you want to give it to. Okay. Oh, and also with that 4th chakra card, you can also ask Archangel Raphael for help. Really helpful archangel, powerful, not just helpful, powerful archangel that can help us heal. So if you like to ask your angel for help and the archangels, you can always pray and ask help from Archangel Raphael. All right, so, oh, and also since we're talking about Archangel, that card was not Archangel Michael, but Archangel Michael is really powerful to cutting ties with people. And since your reading was all about cutting ties with that old friend group, I'm just going to take quickly a card from the Archangel Michael's decks just to see if we can have one more messages for your pile number 2. Let's see if you have any messages from Archangel Michael for pile number 2. All right, so we have for you, listen to your thoughts and feeling. Yes, listen to your thoughts and feeling. Right now you have to, oh, I don't know how and why I said listen, but it's write your thoughts and feeling down. So for you, journaling could be really good right now, but I also feel like listening to your feeling would be good. So anything that will help you get in touch with your feelings is really going to be helpful right now. Doing throat chakra meditation, so that, because it also helps with your boundaries, right? Like the more you know what's important for you and what your boundaries are, and if you write them down, can help you to express them better. All right, so that was it for pile number 2. I'm already taking pile number 3, but I hope you liked the message. You can always tell me if it resonated. You can also tell me in the comments what you want to see next, and that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right, hello, pile number 3. So this reading is for those who choose this jade stone, this green jade stone. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's coming next in friendship. So we'll start with the tarot card as usual. Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands reversed, the Devil card, and the 9 of Swords. Okay. Oh, okay. So I feel for you, pile number 3, there might be some anxiety, and we'll have more detail with the oracle cards, but this might be okay. First of all, with the devil and the Nine of Swords already, be aware of not getting yourself chained and locked in that Nine of Swords, in that anxiety, because you know that's like a risk to kind of. Okay, that's an interesting message, but I do feel like right now you guys have some sort of anxiety, and it's kind of like there's like a warning, like to not isolate yourself in your anxiety. And with the Six of Wands reversed, it's almost in that sense. I don't see it as being like your ego. It's not your ego at all, but it's more like it can then come across as you're like really closed off and yeah, this is a really particular message with the tarot cards, but we'll see with the oracles just to clarify everything. But I kind of feel like that anxiety might be in regards to friends. Maybe you guys just feel really lonely, or you've just closed yourself right now. Yeah, you're like closing your feelings, but your ego, well, now I'm saying ego, but it's kind of your, you don't want to have people either witness how you're feeling, and then you isolate yourself even more. Okay, let's see. We have Starseed. What lights you up? Rama, where are you being called to journey to? Mirror, who or what is triggering you? Okay, you guys, first of all, I feel like you guys are asking yourself a lot of questions right now. You might also just have a lot of anxiety from the fact that you don't know what's coming next for you. And all those questions, because you've seen all those cards are questions. And of course, this deck is like, has a lot of those cards, like they're going to have you kind of self-reflect. But I feel like you guys are really, really scared of what's coming next. And that you could be overthinking, but you're kind of just thinking about fears, and you know how anxious thoughts, they don't make sense, right? They're irrational. And I kind of feel like these questions here might be helpful for you to maybe ask yourself these questions if ever you find yourself overthinking. Or maybe you could like journal, write these questions down and kind of answer for yourself to gain a bit of clarity, but also to see, first to kind of clean your thoughts and kind of, because it might help. It might help you, okay? What lights you up? What do you like to do? What gives you pleasure? What are you being called to journey to, okay? And what is triggering you? What is making you feel bad? But in the sense that, yes, you might be overthinking right now, but if you kind of write it down and not just be like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm scared of what's coming, or like, you know, just like repeating those thoughts and feeling bad and like kind of spiraling in that anxious mindset, you might gain a bit of clarity writing things down and asking yourself questions that might make you realize that the future is not so scary, or that you're not so lonely, and that things can change and things can go better, okay? Let's see what else we have. We have the Sun. Yes, things can definitely turn better. Goddess of the Moon. So we have cornucopia, and door to personal healing and happiness. Okay. Okay. In regards to friendship, I see for you that there's so many good things waiting for you, but right now you're not able to see them because you're focused on anxious thoughts. And it's kind of getting the best of you. And you're kind of isolating yourself in thinking. So maybe it is like you could have friends tomorrow, but you're so scared that you're isolating yourself and it's kind of not coming. Yeah, because there's so much, you guys have like, out of all the piles, of course, I didn't do 4 and 5 yet, but out of all the piles, you have the best cards. You have the best cards. And I think this really shows, you know how they say like anxiety is never, like, it's always irrational thoughts. I really feel like you guys right now are really, really scared and really, really anxious about something. And I kind of do feel like it's about friendship, or maybe you guys are feeling lonely and you're kind of isolating yourself so much because you're so scared of maybe meeting new people or just making friends in general, that it's kind of blocking you and it's blocking your energy to receive what it's just about to receive, which is a lot of happiness and a lot of abundance in that sphere. And with door to personal healing and happiness, I really, really feel like right now you have an opportunity to really start dealing with that anxiety. Really. I'm going to just take another tarot card with another tarot deck just to see what your energy is right now, other than that anxiety that you're feeling, because I do feel like it's more, the message is like right now you have a lot of anxiety about your friendships, about things in regards to your friendship, and this is kind of blocking the energy a lot. But I kind of want to see what's your energy outside of that, to kind of see if we can have more advice, more messages. Let's see, what energy is pile number 3 in right now? What card represents them right now for pile number 3? Oh, and also I remember as I was shuffling for your card, that was a deck I didn't use. This one here, we're gonna use it because I kind of kept it. I thought I was going to use it for all piles, and I actually don't know if I use it for the last one, but I was like, I'm definitely going to use it for you. So for sure, I feel like there's a message from this deck that we're about to see. But right now, I just really want to see what energy you're in outside of that. Also, because I do feel like it would be great for you to think outside of that and see what's outside of that anxiety. Okay, we have the Judgment card. Okay, what else? There's another card to represent the energy of pile number 3. Okay, we have Nine of Cups and Knight of Swords. Okay. My interpretation with all that and with the energy and the message, I feel like that is really important for you to hear right now, pile number 3, is that right now you kind of have to do a cleaning in regards to your intellect. It is time to put your mind down and try and think it rationally. Because I do feel like right now it's a lot of anxiety, but there's a lack of connection with your emotions. To heal how you're feeling, thinking is not going to be the solution. The solution is going to open yourself to connect with your emotions. And I just saw 1111 1111. You guys might be seeing that number a lot. This is possible. And I also see a lot of changes coming, positive changes in your friendship life, like a lot of abundance. Okay, in that regard, like you literally have the abundance card, and this is a friendship reading, okay? And so it might be that for some of you, it might be that you're also just in a new, I don't know, a new job, or starting like a new level at school, whatever it might be, and like you're super stressed about like meeting people, but it's like it's all you want, right? And like you're closed off, and like you don't understand why you're so closed off, and then you close yourself even more because you're like, wow, like I am so closed. But you guys are not going to stay friendless forever. And as much as you're not going to feel anxious forever, and you're not going to feel like closed forever, okay? At some point, you're going to heal it, okay? And also, don't be too hard on yourself, because the harder you are on yourself, the more you become frustrated with yourself, and then it just creates more and more of that negative thinking spiral, right? And negative thinking is really bad for our manifestation, right? It's like you're grieving over something that hasn't happened yet, which is I'm not going to meet anyone. But that's all about, yeah, there's so many, a lot of swords energy, a lot of swords, a lot of intellect. But you guys are able to break through that. You guys are able to break through that. I definitely see it. Yeah. Yeah. You guys can definitely pass that stage. And I see that all your fears concerning meeting people, it's like I see them all. It's like they're like going so fast. It's like I'm gonna stay alone forever. People are not gonna like me. People are not honest with me. And it's just negative thinking. And if you're so much into thinking, try and like just, if you have a negative thought, one of the things I would suggest to do to try and help would be every time you have one of those thoughts to just change it. Say it the reverse. Okay, I'm gonna stay alone forever. Say I'm going to have a lot of friends really soon, or I'm going to have an important support system in my life really soon, okay? And I really do feel it's going to help for you, okay? And I do see people are gonna come. It's like you think you're just gonna be grieving and crying over all that for just so long, but it is going to come. And the more and more you gain a bit more confidence, and the more and more you kind of open yourself, the more and more you're going to have, it's really about opening yourself. But I do see, because we had that healing card, sorry, now there's just like so many cards, but because we had that healing card door, right now it might be very, very hard. And you know how I said, like, Okay, sorry guys, I want to like say a million things at the same time. But you know how I said that right now you're like really in the intellect and it's not helping you get in touch with the emotion? Well, the reality is that you feel really, really bad, right? When we have anxiety, we feel bad, okay? It's not a nice feeling, but it's a feeling that it's all in more, that takes place more in the intellect, okay? We're scared, we're worried, okay? And for some of you too, I want to say that for some of you, it's not, it's you're scared, but it's not like a gigantic scare, but for some of you it is, okay? And it's all going to be relative. But for all of you right here, you have an opportunity right now to heal and to work on that, to open yourself to people and to heal those worries that you have, okay? And I feel like a lot of you know deep down that you have no reason to worry, but you can't help yourself. You're just worrying. But I do feel, I do feel there's a lot of change that are going to come. And every time you do little steps to kind of open yourself more, it's going to help, and you're just going to see abundance like flood into your life, like a flood of happiness, okay? I want you to think every night, every day, every second, how much abundance is coming into your life in regards to love and in regards to friendship. Okay, a lot of love is coming your way, a lot of friends, a lot of people around you, okay? But we have the risk card, right? For you, it's gonna feel like a risk. But you don't need to do a big leap to risk, right? Just being a bit more open. For you, it's gonna feel like a big risk, of course, because if you're anxious about it, it's like harder. But I do feel like it's going to pay off, and the more and more you take small steps, the easier it will get, and then you're going to make bigger steps, and it's just going to feel easy for you eventually, right? Truth, feelings, and emotion. Yeah, it's time to kind of process that feeling, but trying to kind of rationalize the thoughts. Like, I really feel like writing down your feelings would help a lot. And I also see that you're going to receive signs. You're going, even like the following weeks, you're going to start receiving signs from the universe, your spiritual team, that are going to let you see that those friendship, those connections are on their way. And when you'll see those synchronicities, might be 333, might be 222 as well, because for some of you, you're gonna, it's not just friendship coming, there's love too. There is like kind of a love, it's like love overall, right? Because if you attract friendship, you attract love. If you attract love, you attract friendship, because there's both kinds of love, right? You're just attracting love in your life right now. And I do feel like every step, every self-love step, every step towards confidence is going to bring you closer to finally opening that door fully, okay? So right now, what you really need to know in regards to friendship is that there's just a flood of abundance coming, that you really just need to take that first step, and it's being open. But in order to be open, you're gonna do baby step by baby step. First, you're going to try and rationalize that anxiety by asking yourself questions that are not just going to bring your mind in a loop, but more questions that are going to guide you, okay? Like, I don't know, let's say you isolate yourself a lot and you want to start like an activity where you're going to meet people, but it's a lot of pressure for you. It's something that gives you a lot of anxiety, right? Then maybe what you can do is try and write down all the activities that you like, and then maybe just go through the list and see which one you could do that would be less scary. Maybe taking a dance class for you is not the best option. Like maybe you don't, it's too big of a step, but maybe like a painting class or something that is with people but still like a more solitary practice, maybe that's an easier step. And the more you're going to try and think like this and just trying to be rational and see, this scares me, yes, but what is the little step I can do? Then the big scary step of, okay, now I'm getting out there and making friends, if that big thought is like too scary for you, then when you go down and you like break it all down, you're like, oh, but subscribing to this class that is once a week is doable, it's going to be fun, it's already something I enjoy. And then you're already making a small step, but it's going to help you so much, because once you see you can do that small step, you're just going to feel good and you'll want to do the next step. Yeah, again, with those two birds, with the eagle and this other one, that one is also like a kind of prey bird. It's both about like messages from like your spiritual team. You're really going to have some messages, and also really like, you know, you can always ask your angels for more signs, you know, to give them, to kind of help you and guide you. Sometimes when we're like, you know, when we're like thinking or when we're anxious, we don't think about asking for help, but for a lot of people, you know, it kind of helps them to like ask for guidance from the angels, you know, even if when just in that moment that you're asking for guidance, even at this moment, sometimes just to ask for guidance from your spiritual team, if you're a spiritual person, already helps a lot and helps you kind of calm your mind. Okay, now we're just gonna take a little advice. I'm gonna use this deck with Isis. Let's see, what are the messages? I just want a kind of spiritual message, maybe just to give you. Okay, we have enter the chamber of healing. I'm just gonna show you the image. Wow, you see, it's actually literally a door. It's literally a door, and for me, it's the door for towards friendship, love, happiness, abundance coming into your life in the matter of friendship. Okay. Enter the chamber of healing. The spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open, without expectation or preconceived notion. Okay, I already stopped there. The sentence is not even done. Without preconceived notions. And that is exactly what's happening, right? When we're anxious about the outcome of something, it's because we think automatically it's going to fail. Automatically, we can't do it, right? You're going to be open without expectation or preconceived notion. You don't know how things are going to flow, right? And allow the healing energy to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should be. Expect your miracle, okay? See here, that's the key. Find the best solution. Because you're already in such an energy of thinking, of like source energy, of intellectual energy, it's all about changing that thinking, those irrational fears, to try and transmute them into rational solutions that you can apply. one of the best thing you could do right now is write down all your fears, write down your feelings, and try and write down and come up with solutions, because it's going to feel rational for you and it's going to reassure you, because it's going to feel like a bit more doable, a bit smaller and less scary than the big anxious thought that you might be having. So that was a really particular message, and you know, for sure we all have like different experiences, and I really want you to know that you really have a ton of really positive cards that just tell you that success and happiness are on the way. And I really see that it's all going to unfold gracefully and beautifully. And however you're feeling right now, it's gradually going to start getting better as you start taking baby steps. And I think that's also really important to acknowledge, is that you're not being called and pushed to take like gigantic steps, because you don't need to do gigantic steps for things to unfold. All you need to do is focus on yourself right now and try and not isolate yourself in negative thinking and assuming outcomes that you can't know right away, right? Assuming bad outcomes. Right now it's about trying to think differently and make baby steps to open yourself more, and then you'll see gradually every step that you take on the way that this is the journey is not as scary, and that you're actually gracefully embarking on a journey that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. So that was a long message, a deep message, and I just really hope that it helps. And you let me know in the comment how it resonates, and don't hesitate to tell me any topics that you want to see next on the channel. All right, I'll see you for the next one. Bye. Hi, hello, pile number 4. So this reading is for those who chose this kind of green blue stone. I have no clue what the stone is, but let's get into the reading. So we'll look at your tarot cards first, and then we'll just have more confirmation with the oracle cards. So what's next in friendship for you, pile number 4? So first we have the King of Cups, 8 of Discs, and 7 of Swords reversed. So here with the King of Cups, I do not feel like that's your energy. I feel more like it's someone's energy, a new friend coming's energy, but I feel like this person is going to be moving really slowly, and you'll kind of have to be patient before that person becomes your friend. Maybe it's someone that you already know and you guys are not friends yet. And with the 7 of Swords reversed, it might even be someone that wow, we have patience again. I can't make it up. 8 of Discs, and we have patience. Yeah, a lot of patience needed for this situation. And so, as I said, so it might be someone you already know, but you guys are just not friends yet. But right now, it might also be someone with whom maybe they make you feel like uncomfortable, or you're like in an uncomfortable position with them. And if I had to describe the energy or give it a kind of, or maybe it could be that you guys are really like friendly with them, and like they're kind of like more closed, or you kind of don't really understand their vibe, but you don't really, it's like almost like it kind of feels weird. or their energy kind of feel weird, and like you, like it makes you feel like, okay, well, I don't understand, like, or are they well intentioned? Do they want to be my friend? But I do feel like that person is going, you're kind of going to create a connection with that person. And for some of you, if you don't know that person already, you'll meet them eventually, right? But things are going to move really slow. This is a friendship you're going to make that is going to come really slow, okay? And with like get grounded and Pleiades, I really feel like it's going to be a really, really strong connection though, but it's going to be really growing slow. Yeah, maybe, okay, one of you in that connection, one of the reasons it's going to be so slow is because one of them is going to be caught up in drama. They're going to be thinking about like their past, or they're still going to be involved in a group of people that doesn't resonate with them anymore, but they're kind of taking time leaving that behind them. And like I said, that might be you, but that might be them too. It's one of you, or it could be both too. But is that feeling that one of you is kind of transitioning in their circle while you guys meet, and this is what's making the connection kind of move slower. That person might also be a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Might be a man, but don't have to be. Might be a boy, girl. But it is more of a masculine energy. In terms of energy, it's more of a masculine energy, but a masculine energy that is close to their emotion. So yeah, really water sign vibes. And I feel like when you're going to be meeting that person, for you, you might be just in a really more calm period of your life as it happens, but there is one person in that connection that is going to have their guard up a bit. Might be that person, that possible water sign, with whom you're going to kind of have a connection. But yeah, they might have their guard up, and you're going to be like, but why? And honestly, is there really a reason? It's really more linked to their past. It's kind of linked to their past. And with the third chakra and Archangel Samuel, I do feel like this person is a hard worker though. They're really hardworking. Attachment. Yeah, there is attachment to the past, or to people of the past, and this is why it's going to make that connection advance more slowly. Sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. Beautiful. That's like the third eye. Oops, I'm just gonna show the card better. And then the garden and the gate. Yes, reserve. You guys are, yeah, they're going to be really, really reserved, and they're only going to fully open to you once they really get to know you. And like I said, for all those like details, it can be you too. You too might be closed off, but if it's the case for you two, it's going to be even more slower. Like it's going to develop even slower, because that person is already really it's like they've built like big fences around them, and they're like strong boundaries. But okay, this is a really funny card with those two hearts. But yeah, like one's gonna try and escape, and one's gonna come towards the other one. There's really one that is going to be more closed off, and that's why with the Seven of Swords reversed, that kind of uncomfort will come from that, because it's like you're going to see the friendship, building and happening, but they're so close that sometimes they might like make a move that makes you think like, okay, but I thought it was my friend, is even my friend. Like they might act really cold. They could also be a Capricorn. They could be a Capricorn. Yeah, Virgo too. Virgo or Leo. It can be water sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Leo. And here with the thinking woman, this is, yeah, they're really going to like take their time, analyze you, analyze the situation before fully being open in the friendship. This is for sure. But it is going to be a caring connection. It is. And for some of you too, but that's a really, really small amount of you. But for some of you, if it's a friendship where you guys are opposite sex and like, it's like, there might be someone also just around them. Maybe their partner that is kind of jealous of your friendship. Maybe they're scared it goes somewhere else and turns out to be a romantic connection, and that might like kind of not help the friendship and make it like go slower. But yeah, but that's for like a really small amount of you guys. Or it's like old friends that are jealous of the connection that is like slowly building, because like you're going to see it at first. It's going to evolve so slow. It's kind of like knowing that they're going to become your friend, but you're still scared of what they'll do. But I do say at the end of the day, this friendship is going to be really, really solid. It's also really going to be equal. Wow, I like how I said it was going to be equal, and we have the yin yang card just as I say that. It is going to be equal simply because, and I feel like this also comes as reassurance, because at first, because there's one person that is going to be more closed off, it might feel like you're just like running after that person, like chasing them, and then you might think that you might get a bit scared even that you're just going to be the one just giving, but it is going to be a healthy connection and healthy friendship where you'll be there for them and they'll be there for you, and you'll both be completing your energy, right? Like I believe, yeah, we have the balance, the yin yang. It's really going to be, it's almost kind of a soulmate energy. I don't like the expression of twin flames, and usually twin flames are more like for love readings, and that's why also I was saying like for some of you it's like almost like, are they your friend, or is it like, could it be more than your friend? And it's going to be like, it's really like ambiguous energy at the beginning of this friendship, but at the end of the day it is a deep connection, and it feels like it's almost like they're meant to be your friend. You guys are meant to cross each other's path and live that friendship. And for some of you, even if at first like there's some ambiguity, like is it romantic, is it platonic, it might just be for a moment, and maybe that's what could slow down the friendship. But at the end of the day, you guys will just understand both that you really care for each other, and then the friendship will happen, because you'll just understand that you don't want to hide behind. You see the between, I feel like someone is going to feel like you two getting together is going to push them away. But yeah, it is a really, really, really strong connection. Really strong. But it might be ambiguous. It might be, but you guys will have to make it work because you're a team. It's really like a twin flame vibes, like runner, chaser. I think that's what they say. But at the end of the day, it's going to become really balanced. And it is a friendship first. No matter what this become, it is a friendship first. And the initial bond is going to be really like a friendship bond. And this is why if there's anything happening in the way that is like messing up with the energy and where it's supposed to go, you guys are just going to be like, hey, at the end of the day, we started and had a good vibe because we're friends. And you'll choose to follow that path and just be each other's, like be the friend that each other are supposed to be for each other, because it's almost like a faded connection. That person might have like darker feature, dark hair. Yeah, not the right time. It's gonna feel, there's going to be like that feeling of, I like how not the right time and then we have within the next few weeks. But I feel like it's always going to be like, now it's not really the time, but then a bit after it's better, and then maybe after it's still not the right time, but then it still like grows somehow. It still grows. At first it's gonna be weird vibe, but it's going to grow deeper and deeper, and then at some point you guys will just be like, wow, we're like just friends. See, again, within the next few months, every time it's going to evolve. As time goes, it's going to evolve and it's going to be successful. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a really particular reading, but that's what I see. So yeah, I hope this reading was helpful, guys, and you let me know how it goes with that friend, if it's someone you already know, and if that dynamic have been going on for a while, because that could be, you might already be in that situation with that person, but it might also like be coming, like it's about to be like that. Like you're about to meet someone, it's going to be a bit off, and then it's gonna slowly go, and there might be someone that things are in, that they think they're in the middle, but they're not. It's just that your bond is so strong. Yeah. Yeah, patience. And with patience also, you guys, like once you'll be in there, like that unease feeling, like it's gonna be like not like a roller coaster, because that's the thing, and that's why it's gonna be different from one day to another, to a week to another, because it's going to be like, it's a real friendship, like there's something there. And then when one is going to act a bit off, or then there's issues because someone feel like they're in the middle, or worse, there's like an ambiguity in the friendship, then it's just going to be like, you have to have a lot of patience before the kind of union and the friendship kind of stabilizes, and you guys are like on the same page and ready to just like be there for each other and complete each other. Wow, that was like a really specific message, but I hope it resonated with you guys. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, don't forget, you can always tell me in the comments first if it resonates, how everything unfolds. I would love to hear that. And you can also always comment what you want to see next on the channel. I'll see you on the next time. Right, hello, pile number 5. Last but not least. So you guys chose that pink aura stone. Super pretty. Okay, so we'll see what the reading is for you today. So what can you expect in friendship? Where are the tarot cards? So we're gonna start with the tarot cards, and then we'll look at the oracle cards as usual. It's been a while. I'm just starting with tarot and then looking into the oracle cards. All right, so the first card we have is the Queen of Discs. Then we have the Empress and Five of Swords reverse. Okay. I do see an argument with a girlfriend. I see a conflict. Might be just the energy is feminine, doesn't have to be a woman, but I see like a verbal conflict. But like something like petty, like oh, like someone just wanted to be right, or someone wants to like keep something for themselves, so they're like, there's an argument about that. I hope that thing they want to keep for themselves, it's that's the case, because I don't know, that Queen of Disc with her disc, like she really like looks like that's mine. And because you're like the Empress, it might be like a jealousy thing, or like a someone being possessive over something that you have. But we kind of look deeper. Okay, we have Hannah, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Just gonna show you the card. It's really beautiful. Okay, the temple path. Okay, a lot of spiritual energy. Lots of spiritual energy. Temple path and Anna, grandmother of Jesus. That's a lot of spiritual energy. Especially you being the Empress journey. Yeah. You guys are in a spiritual journey. Oh, that might be why there's some disagreement. But the storm warning, yeah. I feel like you guys are growing spiritually, and some people are kind of not around you, and it's kind of causing friction. But I don't see it as them being like mad that you're like on that journey. It's more like, you know how like when your energy shift, then sometimes things like start not flowing. Like we have that flow card, like it flows spiritually, but some like petty argument. It's like that conflict is over something really silly. Okay, the energy here feels like right now your energy, you guys are following kind of your heart, kind of your intuition. You're like on your own journey, and it's not being accepted by one of your friend right now. One of your friend is not happy with you doing things your own way. For some of you, that's the message. And for some of you, honestly, could be just jealousy. That leads to conflict, but the conflict is nothing deep. It's nothing deep. And I'm just going to take another deck to have more clarification for you guys. But okay, it's like there's a big the message here is like real spiritual, so I'm gonna like kind of jump into that before I talk about the friendship and like that little conflict that I see, because I do see that right now what's really important and kind of what you're doing right now is kind of following how you feel things and like kind of your own path. Like especially with this card, like to conform is to die inside. Okay, it's kind of dramatic how it's said, but it's about being yourself, and right now you're kind of being yourself, and some people would like you to go their way or just agree with them and follow their way, but you're kind of following your own way, and that's what is creating some types of conflict with other people. And maybe it could be that before you would have like just said, okay, whatever, you're right, but now you're just like, no, I am right, I know I am. And maybe you don't want to argue with them, but they take it like personally, okay? but I really do feel like you guys are on a spiritual journey, and it's the type of journey though that for you, you're not so conscious about it. It's kind of happening just by you doing what you like and following your heart and just being true to yourself. You're kind of on that spiritual journey just by being true. Like, it's like you're following your heart, and that your heart is the temple, if it makes sense. This is kind of the vibe, but let's see. So what's happening in right now in pile number 5's friendship situation with that argument we had? Deceit. Oh yeah, deceit. Now that you're kind of following your own way, they can't like get what they want from you, like you would do, I don't know, something together, but now you don't want to do that, and now they have no one to like accompany them. Those are like examples. It changes for everyone, but this is the energy that they give off in the reading. But like, it's like all you're able to see is how your personal life is going well. So you're not, they are the one attached. You're not attached to what's happening right now. And I feel like that makes them more mad, because it's like they think you don't care, but it's not really that you don't care. It's that you don't have the time to worry about that, while they worry a lot. This is interesting. Let's see, what's coming for pile number 5? What's coming? Balance, 6th chakra, financial constraint. I see you like continuing on your own path, and you're just gonna feel, you kind of feel like they don't get anything from you anymore. Maybe you guys don't want to chill with them anymore or something. But yeah, I see that you have a friend here with who you have a conflict, that they might even come like a bit across like passive aggressive, but in reality they're just hurt, because now you're kind of doing things for yourself and they don't really know what to do. Because like they're not really doing things for themselves, and they were really, really attached to you, and now that you're like being a bit more independent and following other things, maybe you guys have new friends and they feel like left behind, or you have new hobbies and they feel left behind. That's really like the energy of why there is this conflict. Let me just take another deck, see if there's any more messages. Let's see, what's coming? Is there new friends coming? Follow the path of your soul. Yeah, it's like the message keep on repeating itself. The message is really that you're just following your own path right now. But this is exactly why this person is so mad and why they feel hurt. And it's nothing personal, but the way they are reacting, they're just, you know, making it worse. So I don't know. Let's see. Is it possible for things to get better for pile number 5? Or are they just to put behind? Yes, it's possible. Perfect timing. Okay, so this situation can get better. Maybe that person is just going to be temporary. Maybe they just, if that change have been recent, there might change. But if it's been a while, then it's a bit unlikely that it's going to change. And that's going to be really different from pile, well, not pile to pile, but from depending on the situation for you guys. Yeah. So in this situation, it's all about being assertive, but like I see, it's like maybe because I see like you guys don't really care that much, but that person is caring a lot. So this is why the problem is kind of seems like it's getting worse. And I feel like you're just irritated because you don't understand why it's such a big deal out of nothing. But it's actually just because they're hurt, they miss you, but they're not expressing it the right way. Like instead of being happy for you, they're kind of just thinking about themselves and how now they don't know really what to do with themselves now that you're busy doing other things or just being focused on your own path. And for you, what you're doing, just doing your own things, is just really beneficial for your spiritual journey. So at the end of the day, the situation is not as bad as it looks like. And this is why for you it's just frustrating, because you're like, why is this going so far for no reason? But for some of you, that person will come into their senses and they'll just be happy for you eventually. But for now, just know that if they act that way, even though you don't understand it, it's because they hurt. Even if they don't show it, it's just because they hurt. And what's the last message? The last message, yes, but you yourself focusing on your journey is like, it's absolutely the right thing to do, and it's just going to bring you a lot of spiritual gift and kind of realizations. Like you're going to have a lot of like, it's like knowledge is it's like you're going to have like all those downloads, all that like knowledge giving to you, and you're not going to realize it because it's like you're on a spiritual kind of awakening, but you don't realize it because it's going smooth, because all you're doing is kind of following your heart, following what your intuition is telling you by doing things you like. But it causes you to kind of advance spiritually at the same time. Yeah, so that's all for the reading. Really specific. Today's readings were all really specific, but they were all really interesting. So I hope the message was interesting, that it resonated, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, don't forget, you can always comment what you want to see next, and I'll film a bigger card with pleasure. All right, I'll see you next time.